Let's put up the picture of the plant. This was a complaint, many complaints actually. On Thursday, March 2nd, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission filed an employment discrimination lawsuit against Exxon Mobil. That's the feds, against Exxon Mobil, after investigating a black employee's complaint that nooses had been found at a Baton Rouge refinery complex. Employee Milford McGee is one of the many individuals who complained and was the first to file the complaint with the EEOC. There's more. The lawsuit said the company created a hostile work environment for the employee, Mr. McGee, and other workers by failing to implement measures to remedy and prevent harassment after finding 5 nooses at the complex between April 2016 and December 2020. Mr. McGee reported the discovery of a noose to a supervisor in January 2020. And nearly a year later, another noose appeared, according to the lawsuit. The first case was in April 2016 when an employee at the Baton Rouge plant reported that a rope had been tied into a noose hanging from a scaffold. The company investigated and banned 2 unidentified contractors, but did not take remedial measures such as training, counseling, or policy changes to prevent further racial harassment, the lawsuit said. In other incidents, including the noose that Mr. McGee reported at his work site in January 2020, the company investigated but failed to identify another perpetrator or implement measures to remedy racial harassment at the workplace, the suit said. The commission said that it had sought but failed to reach a conciliation agreement with Exxon in February before it filed the suit. So they were talking, they did not agree. Exxon Mobil shared in a statement on the lawsuit that it promptly performed a thorough investigation of this claim, and there was no evidence to support allegations of discrimination. We disagree with the EEOC's findings and allegations. First of all, if the EEOC says you engaged in discrimination, please understand their bar is pretty high. And it has to be systemic, meaning it's a pattern in addition to that. Nooses are traditional symbols of fear and hate, oppression and violence. The NAACP believes displaying a hangman's noose should be considered a hate crime by itself, and I agree. Fran, thoughts here?
I mean, it's interesting, right? These, Exxon Mobil is one of those corporations that prides itself on trying to, for the right wing term, be woke. They're like, oh, we're transitioning off of oil and gas, and this is probably, a corporation that, has like a diversity panel and has like, discussions with its staff, or does the thing for like the shiny PR, February Black History Month, like all that kind of corporate BS that truly is corporate BS. It's like when push comes to shove and an actual employee has a complaint of something insanely awful, horribly harassing, horribly racist, that doesn't actually get investigated, that doesn't get looked at. I mean, we found out that Tesla is effectively like a segregated factory floor. Tesla, I mean, this is, kind of the symbol. Yes, it's Elon Musk, but it's also sort of this weird symbol of, green energy and, sort of liberal elites having their Teslas and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, look at what's happening on the for the workers. Yep. Look at that, and you will be not mistaken on who and how the corporations truly act and who they truly fight for.
There you go.